In this video, I want to share how I made over $30,000 in a month day trading remotely while traveling in Spain. I will explain each part of my travel trading computer setup, my essential trading software, and go over a couple live trades that I took while traveling. As usual, you will see both the wins and the losses from me. I'm a verified trader. I only share the reality of trading. You won't see fancy lifestyle, but you can expect to take away something useful from this video if you're serious about trading. And if you give this channel a free like and subscribe. Okay, so this is my travel setup. It all fits in this case right here, this laptop case. And I designed it like this so I can travel with it easily. You guys saw my Flora Growth video, the Flora Growth stock where I went to Bucaramanga, Colombia, and what I was the investigator and I helped expose it, you know, with the short report. Well, this was very important. I had the same case and the same idea. Everything fits in here. And that's why I was able to get a motorcycle and go up the mountain and do all that crazy stuff, because this is very portable and everything is minimal. Everything is minimal. I'm a minimalist, you know, so I love minimalism, and that's how I live my life too. So I try to be minimal with everything. But yeah, the laptop. So let's start with the hardware. This is the Asus ROG. It's a very powerful laptop. So the Asus ROG, Republic of Gamers, it's the most powerful laptop tablet. So that's what I wanted. I wanted something to be very small and efficient. Before this, I had the Microsoft Surface Pro, and I traded from that from like 2019 and 2020. I actually made my first $200,000 off the Microsoft Surface Pro. And one thing I liked about it, the Surface Pro, was that it was thin and it was portable. So I was like, I want to keep that, but I need something more powerful because I'm going to be running a lot of programs. So the Asus ROG, Republic of Gamers tablet laptop. And as you see, this is the laptop, and it's just extremely powerful. It's the most powerful, thinnest thing you're going to get, you know, so, and it stands like that. It has a stand and the keyboard, and it's quite powerful. I'm not talking about a laptop. I'm talking about like a tablet laptop. Like, look at that thing. So, and it fits in here together in the case with the extra screen. So I have the Asus extra screen right here, and it has the stand is the cover for it. So yeah, so I'll have the stand and the laptop side by side inside the case. So it all packs there. I got a full station. And then, okay, so we got that. It all packs up nicely. I got a surprise for you guys. The camera pen I used for Colombia. I don't know if you can see the hole in it. There's a camera in there. For the investigations, I might do this again, you know? So it has an SD card and everything. It's a whole camera in here. Yeah, so in Colombia, I had this. I had the computer. Everything was in here. I had in my backpack, I had just my change of clothes for a few days, and that was it. I was ready to go. Just, you know, so how efficient is that? I don't need to, you know, it's the best. And then I got this specific mouse, the Microsoft Arc mouse. I think, you know, they still haven't improved on it. This is like about 2 years old also. But this is what I used to trade while traveling. So it arcs, it turns flat, and it's Microsoft, so it's high quality. It's good enough for trading while traveling, but like, you know, of course, my mouse on my desk is so much better. You know what I mean? This is a lot better to deal with. But for traveling, I got used to this. It's actually not that bad. You know, it's not that bad. It works with Thinkorswim, all the functions and features, and it works just fine with everything. And then finally, the mouse pad. You don't need a mouse pad all the time, but like I like to, because a lot of times when traveling, you know, the surfaces where you trade, they're not flat. It's like a wooden desk, and it has a little bit of an edge, or I don't know, it might be glass, like a glass table if I'm at a coffee shop or something. So, because I go to a lot of coffee shops, like in Spain, I was in coffee shops like every day trading. But yeah, this is really good. It has like a metal bottom, and something simple on Amazon, like $5. But it's got to fit in the case. So there's a side pocket there where it fits, and that's also where I have the connection for the screen to the laptop. So this is where I get, you know, the cord for that, and of course, just in case, you know, it's a USB and also whatever you call the other one, you know, multiple options. Very proud of my passport. There's countries, this thing is almost filled. Been to about 50 countries. Gotta love the trader lifestyle. Freedom to do whatever you want. Just right now I could just go to wherever I want in the whole world. Before I get into the juicy stuff about my charts, my AI tools, what do you think about my travel setup? Also tell me about your trading laptops and monitors if you have any good recommendations. All right guys, I'm on my travel setup. As you can see, I'm on a train right now. And I love my setup because it's so portable. I can take it anywhere. As you can see, I got my mouse that I told you guys about. It folds and able to pack real easy in my case right there. Everything fits in the case. And my headset to do webinars and to get stock alerts. As you can see, is my Thinkorswim charts. I traded DPRO earlier. Yeah, I got this. This is a delisted stock. But usually I'll have the 4 smaller charts, and if I need to expand it, I expand it. And I have my trade idea scanner right here. I'm gonna keep track of everything, minimize it if I want. So you see, like, it's not as efficient as my main computer, but it's good enough. I got my Friendly Bear Discord right here. Discord is useful. WhatsApp if I need it. Got my WhatsApp and Slack if I need it. Everything. Also, importantly, I got Ask Edgar able to pull up and flash research as well. So you see, everything is good to go. And right here, enjoying it on the train. All right, guys. So Friday, October 10th, 2025, Tom Hougaard and I are going to be here in the beautiful City Club, Los Angeles. And we're going to be having a full packed house, and a few of my trader friends are coming to speak as well. And there's going to be many 6, 7, 8-figure traders in attendance. And it is going to be an amazing event. You do not want to miss it. And it's a great place to network and just increase your knowledge about trading, increase your network, increase everything. And yeah, check out these views. This is the best venue in the entire West Coast of the United States. Hands down. That's where I have my office, by the way, US Bank Tower. And this is the best trading conference, the biggest and best trading conference for the 2025 to close out the year. So in the entire US and possibly in the world. So, you know, it doesn't get better than Tom Hougaard. So yeah, I can't wait to have him here in Los Angeles. I'm gonna show him around, and he's excited to come too. Anyways, I'll see you guys October 10th. Use the code FRIENDLYBEAR, all caps, for a discount on the tickets, and go to friendlybearconference.com for tickets. Anyways, I'll see you guys there. As promised, we're gonna go over a few stocks that I traded when I was in Spain. Let's get ready to learn. I'm gonna share my exact thought process from how I researched the stocks and came up with a plan to trade to how I actually executed my entries and exits. Comment the word process to let me know that you're paying attention. Let's get started. All right, so this is OP. Stock OP, and this is a shipping company, and it was running with the war news when I was traveling in mid-June. So mid-June, you see this on the daily, it has this first big green day, and that came towards the end of the day. And when I was in Spain, you know, the market hours are different over there, and I was like out and about. I wasn't looking to trade actively throughout the whole day, you know what I mean? Like, so the market opens up over there like at 2 p.m. 2 p.m. is 9:30 a.m. or 2:30 p.m. over there is 9:30 a.m. So I'm not looking to trade like from all day from 2 p.m. till, 8 hours, till 10 o'clock. I want to enjoy, the city and Spain and the culture and the food. I want to enjoy my time while traveling. And this actually makes me, I switch into that travel trader mode, and it works well, So just like, I switch to a different kind of trading, which is like, okay, I'm going to possibly trade the pre-market and then possibly trade the after hours. And the reason why I like trading after hours when I'm traveling is because, like somewhere like Spain or Europe, you got to spend the whole day doing things, So from the morning 9 a.m. all the way to like 5, 6 p.m. because after hours is like 10 p.m. or something like that. I forgot what it was already. It's late at night, and it's after dinner and everything. So a lot of times the after hours plays are really good, So because like everyone's getting squeezed and you just capture like the final squeeze, the final moment where everyone's getting squeezed on, you got a lot of liquidations and forced covering from margin calls and things like that. And that can provide opportunity. But, that means like when I'm going into that mode, trading that mode, that means I'm not trading the entire day, so, and so it's like a different form of trading for me. So it's like after hours trading or pre-market trading or, or intraday trading. So this is like after hours trading. So anyways, that's why it was good because, okay, so the first green days I generally avoid. I don't like first green days, especially with the war scenario. This one, okay, so let's dive deep into it. They had some dilution, which I liked seeing, and that's why I was okay with shorting it into the after hours move. So this day, it was like all the short sellers getting in was getting squeezed, and it's a wartime news, so now people are buying. That's part of that is a lot of dilution. I did not like that they had cash though, but this was so overextended. Let's see what the percentage was. It's been a while already. Yeah, it's a 250% move. So a 250% move. When I saw this happening, because the stock wasn't holding, it wasn't breaking down. And this is a wartime news, so it's just consolidating around VWAP. And then once it starts to break out to new highs, like I know what longs are looking at. They're looking at hovering around VWAP, and they're looking at a breakout in power hour. So power hour exactly, you start to get a lot of buying. And when you get a lot of buying, this right here, this strong bar, that's like, the shorts getting forced out of it. That's a short squeeze. That's not extra buying. I mean, there is buying all throughout here, but this is a short squeeze. It was like elevator up, like is pushing out the shorts, forced covering. So that's forced buying. So I saw that as like, that's that pain level where the shorts are. Then I looked to short it there, and that's what I did. So I shorted it there, and I'm taking my after hours gain. That was my trade. I think I made 2 trades that day. That was one trade. And you can see this thing was overcrowded with shorts because in the pre-market, when it opened up the next day, it had another squeeze. And then this is like wartime stock, so it's like it's not, not ideal. Now those warrants come into play here because that's going to act as a resistance. Those 532 warrants. That's a lot of resistance up there, and it's up a ton now. Now it's like really up a ton, almost 500%. And it's a wartime stock, like people use their imaginations to relate whatever they can to war, and shipping is war, So it has to deal with oil. I think shipping oil tankers. But you can see this is pretty short-lived overall. 12-day war kind of went back. Now it's having like I think it was on Reg Show today. This is like obviously a few weeks later. But I did trade it the after hours that day. That was a nice little sniper move. And once that short squeeze is done, the idea is, once that forced buying is done, it's going to fade back down. And okay, so for this setup, I would rate this setup B minus or C plus. I think the timing was like a B because I got it after the squeeze. It's pretty clear this is a major squeeze of the shorts that getting forced out of it from the buying, and like when it starts making new highs, a lot of the former highs are where shorts stop out. So I would say that, the timing of the day, the timing was like a B, nothing's perfect. I don't like trading after hours in general. Like it's not an A because like there's no halts and it's like it's dangerous. But in this case, I would give it a B because I read it really, really nicely. And but overall, I don't like the wartime sector. I don't like to trade these hot sectors on the short side. They're actually better longs. And the wartime sector, I give that a C. It's like I'm not trying to trade war the first green day. So all in all, I minimize my risk by trading it the after hours after that big ascension is 250% up the whole day. And I wasn't full size. So since it wasn't an ideal setup, completely ideal, and this one I made 1 or 2 grand on it. I don't even remember, but I did pretty well on it. And for that small size, considering it right there, because it's not an A setup. I'm not gonna go big on this in the after hours and like an oil stock. So, but this was a good trade for the timing. I got to enjoy the whole day in Spain, and I followed my plan to trade the after hours off of a stock that's gonna squeeze out the shorts from throughout the day. So the shorts, because they a lot of the time they short because the percentage of the move is high, but they forget the trend. The trend is still bullish. you know, and then when it starts to approach that high, previous high, it starts to really squeeze. And I read it right. It was pretty easy to read, and timing was good, everything was good, and the amount of size that I traded with it wasn't big at all, and yeah, good trade. And for the improvements, how can I improve this trade? I think I traded just fine. The improvement, obviously, I think this is what separates intermediate and advanced traders. Is like, I'm not gonna go full size on this. Like an intermediate or a beginner trader would be like hindsight analysis. Oh, I should have gone bigger. But no, I'm respecting that this is a hot sector, that this is after hours, and that's not deserving full size. So I'm not going to take it. Also, the warrants are way out there at this price, and it made a run the next day. So this could have done this. You know, you could, why not? You know, so could have gone higher. Could have consolidated and gone higher, because obviously there was shorts in this that were holding it. They got pushed out the next day. So I think I traded this well. I traded it well. I wouldn't take anything back. The only thing is, yeah, it's. I wasn't excited to short this because I knew it was the first green day and it's a wartime sector. So the fact that I waited so long, well, I was forced to wait because I was busy the whole day in Spain. Yeah, I think I did all right. I think that was good enough patience, or forced patience from traveling, to capture the after hours move off the squeeze out. Not to be in a rush to short it in the after hours. To let it squeeze out first. Let it show its reveal the shorts that are getting pushed out first. And I did that. I think it was a good trade. All right, so for OP, I like to use do a little research, like as part of my process. So as I'm identifying the stock, okay, to potential to trade is showing up on my scanner. I pull up Ask Edgar first, and I'll check to see, okay, the basics. We got the floats, the country, Greece, okay, it's an industrials, NASDAQ. You see, Ask Edgar has everything pretty laid out really nicely. I like to see this. As you see, we have if it's reg show. This is important. So these are nice, like really detailed stuff. I like to see, you got the flag right here, floats, verified floats, offering ability high, frequency low. So like you get to see this. Dilution high, overall rating high. So it's like a lot of this is a serial diluter. You can also expand it like that. I like, it has a lot of nice features. Okay, so let's go to the dilution tab right here. So I like to see the dilution. Check it out. So we have the NASDAQ compliance. They resolve their compliance. You got to practice with this to make it quick and make it part of your process. And let's see. I like to see the warrants. Okay, these are out of the warrant, out of the money. We have this 532. They're registered, so that's in the area. These are not registered, the 250s. And I like to see the lockups. So you have these are 90-day lockups. So you can see at June 17th, some shares unlocked. When I traded, though, it was the 13th. I like to know the splits, you see. So they did the split. It's been a while since they did the splits. So it's not really going to affect the stock price. I like to know the splits because, like, if something is, like, within a month or two of a split, I'm not going to trade it. They're a mess to trade. Okay, so the flash research of OP. You can see the quick stats, 8 gaps. Average volume during those gaps is 50 million and 53% average gap. And you get a clear picture of the stats, high spike. So as you see here, you go to the bottom, you can see the performance of the stock, which is interesting to note. You have, these other links to kind of go over the float. And, so the stats, I'll use flash research. For the fundamentals, I'll use Ask Edgar. Very good combination. And as you can see here, going over one more time, you can see what the company does. It's very important. Ocean Pow. Very good stuff. Quick rundown, double check everything. These two are really good, are the go-tos. All right, so this is KLTO, and this was a very frustrating trade because over the years, I shorted animal testing news. From what I remember, they've been pretty smooth sailing. And this one had mice testing. They had tested something in mice. That's all I need to know. And yeah, look what happened. Super squeeze. So I took a loss. I took a $5,000 loss in this one. That was my max loss while traveling. It was really frustrating because I wanted to explore the city and I was stuck in this one all day. I remember this one. I think all day and also the next morning. Yeah, the next morning, I had a partial position on. So this one was frustrating. And let's go over it. So the first green day, shorted, $5,000 loss for me isn't much. But I shorted some here. And I was holding it, and yeah, I got stopped out in the pre-market, and Yeah, it was really frustrating. But like, as I'm short over here, it's like this is Spain. So like, so I'm stuck watching the stock the whole day now, and it's just really frustrating. So as opposed to the OP trade where I avoided the squeeze the whole day because the trend was showing bullish and the wartime news, everything about it was bullish. This one, I was everything about it looks bullish. I mean, look at that trend. It's just super bullish, and all that volume. I think it traded, how much volume did it trade that day? So it traded 1 billion shares, 1 billion with the B. So I got convicted. Okay, so first of all, you see these warrants, 50-cent warrants, 25 warrants, 25-cent warrants, negative 1.3 cash. So I totally ignored the trend. So the trend is important. So like, I'm not just a fundamental trader. I'm looking at technicals and patterns and stuff. So this is totally bullish with that much volume. It doesn't matter about these 4 million, this measly 4 million warrants, or these 6 million 25. It doesn't matter. And it doesn't matter that it's mice testing news. There's just way too much volume. A billion shares, I don't think that's just regular buying. That's like algorithms. That's more than just regular buying. People on their phones. This is not the pandemic times where everyone has Robinhood. This is like some bigger players are stepping into the small caps. And yeah, so you got to respect the trend. So I thought I had it a good entry, like a 300% up or whatever it was. Um, let's see. Yeah, that's a 1,000% move pretty much. I thought, yeah, I got it pretty good. Let's see, 600% move or something. Like I was over 500%, and I was like, it's mice testing, and they got warrants, and but like I'm like, so much volume, and the trend is so strong, above VWAP the whole time, strong, super strong. This one, I was in Malaga, in the south, Malaga, so in Picasso's town. Picasso's from Malaga. But yeah, it's just really frustrating because if I would have just left the desk and done like an OP, like show up at night to short the squeeze, the exponential move, I mean, it's not a home run trade, but at least I'm in better position to cover up, to have an opportunity to cover up. But here, I was so convicted about, mice testing, warrants, it's like good entry, 500% up. But then the thing goes to like 2,000% by the next morning, 1,500%. So I just tap out here for a $5,000 loss. And it's choppy, so it would have came down, then it would have come up. It's like it would have been a max loss either way. Like, I'm trading on my travel setup. I'm in a coffee shop. I'm not even in like a hotel or anything. I'm in a coffee shop, and drinking a coffee there. Really nice coffee. I was eating some cheesecake specifically from Malaga, from that region. So Spain has like special cheesecake from all the regions, and I was eating the one from Malaga. But this one was deeply frustrating. So it's like, this would have been a home run. Sometimes it's like, you can't be so quick to want to trade, because I'm sure a lot of people saw what I saw, the animal testing, the mice testing, the warrants, and they all got squeezed. As opposed to the next day, first big red day. That's why I'm really hesitant these days to short the first green day. That's where all the problems lie for the most part. This is just like so overextended. It's like really good. I think they must have done something here. I think they did an offering. Let's see, the 10th. I think they did something there. Anyway, yeah, it's just not, and nothing's perfect. And I would say this is a good loss. A loss where you respect your rules, that's a good loss. I was convicted. It's like, in baseball, when I used to play baseball, you're looking for a fastball. The guy threw a curveball. Curveball broke. Like, it actually did something, and I swung and missed, and I took a shot, So, it is what it is, So, like, I take the max loss, and I respect it, even though it comes all the way back down. It's all right. I just got to get better at respecting the trend. And just because something is up 500% doesn't mean it can't go to 2,000%. That's another 1,500% more to go. So, it doesn't matter. It's all about trend. It's all about volume. And if the volume is strong, like these high volume stocks, I need to just stay away from them. And, these trends where like it's just bullish all day long. I mean, it doesn't take a genius. All you got to do is this. All you got to do is that. So just avoid those kind of strong trends, no matter if they have dilution, no matter if it has news that's bearish. It's just, you want to respect the trends, and yeah, just stay with your rules. But overall, this is a reminder to do that, because maybe I was getting rewarded for these kind of things. That's why I did it. And this time I didn't get rewarded, and now it kept me in check, and now like I'm respecting the trends now, and that's gonna be a good rule. Okay, so I think traders can learn from my thought process because as you can see, like I'm looking at all different angles and I'm putting the puzzle together. It's more than just looking at like a execution chart. The execution charts, like you don't really know what you're looking at. So the execution charts, you don't know the size that the trader is putting on. It could be 1 share, it could be 100 shares. It could be, you can like I like to do. I start off with a core position and I add incrementally to the top. And sometimes I'll do the reverse. I'll start with the small size and then add a lot at the top. So you just don't know that with the execution charts. And the execution charts, you're not exercising your mind to kind of imagine and to see, like play that 6D chess, like playing chess without the chessboard, doing with the notations. It's much more powerful, and you're exercising your brain. You're kind of figuring it out. You're figuring out how this whole trading game works, as opposed to when you're given an execution chart, you're projecting what the size is. You're assuming, and that's going to lead you down the wrong path. So by watching my process, you get to see my process of like how I'm thinking about this. I'm looking at fundamentals, technicals, daily chart, overall news outside of small caps. So overall, like the war environment, looking at the dilution, looking at the trend. So like imagine me speaking about this without the charts in front of me, or without even, that's one of the ways that I learned myself, like doing so many podcasts, and the podcasts were without screen shares. As I'm talking about stocks with the person I'm talking about it with, I'm imagining it in my head, and my brain is like figuring it out. So I saw a video recently of Magnus Carlsen, the grandmaster chess player. He's like the top player in the whole world, or whatever, close to it. He played like 12 matches against masters and grandmasters blindfolded. So that is he's at the highest level there is. That's playing chess at the highest level. So he's remembering the moves, and that forces him to be so on point. And that's what we need to be as retail traders. We need to be on point to compete against these these whales, and these people trying to squeeze us and take our money. These institutions, prop firms, like really sophisticated players. So we need to be on point, because we're the gladiators of the small caps, retail traders. And P&L, just looking at P&L is the same thing. P&L does nothing for you, so it's like, it's actually a distraction. And to think that you can do what the other trader did, because like who knows what kind of account size the trader that you're looking at, their P&L. Are they trading it from a 30K account? Are they trading it from one of these offshore $1,000, $2,000 accounts? Or are they trading it from $1 million account? We don't know. Do they have some? Are they in some prop firm that has like 100x buying power, or like we don't know. We don't know the percentage of the move of the account that is. So using the P&L, how much money they risked, So did they, So we don't know. And something with a ginormous account can just add, and get away with a lot of nasty trades that they shouldn't have taken. And now you think that's correct. So you're just getting misled. So that's why, you got to be very aware of execution charts and P&L. They're very misleading and can send traders down the wrong path. And that's why the failure rate, that's one of the reasons why the failure rate is so high, is because people don't know what they don't know. They're just fed like the candy. Like, candy, it feels good, but it doesn't do any good to you, So, and they don't know. That's what they want. It's like the traders want candy, so they don't want the vegetables. They don't want to think like Magnus Carlsen with 12 games going on at once. He has to remember every move, and he beat them all, by the way. So that's not candy. The candy is like what you want to see, So yeah. So anyways, eat your vegetables. That's what you got to do. You got to eat healthy vegetables, and you're gonna live a long and prosperous life. I have a mentorship program, and I'm not afraid to share that, because my students can actually come to my office here in the US Bank Tower and live trade with me. Okay, so recently I had the whole month of July opened up for the Friendly Bear University students to come 1 and 2 at a time to my office and trade. Now, before they come to my office, there's a rules of engagement. There's a whole section of videos to watch on Friendly Bear University on how to conduct yourself when you come to my office, and there's rules of engagement. But not only that, there's also videos to watch. Like, you got to cram a certain amount of videos in if you haven't watched them all, because it's a lot of videos, but you have to cram them in before you come here, so you are adding value to my trading, rather than just me being your private tutor. So it's like you have all this material to watch and to complete, and then you come here and you're prepared, and now like we're making most use of our time. So when the traders came here, man, it was freaking awesome. So like they are like my analysts, and I'm calling out trades. They're seeing my thought process, and the videos that that I do at Friendly Bear University, it's coming to life now for them, and they're seeing the thought. It's connecting, and then they're asking questions during times because I had videos prepared of how to conduct yourself when you're at the office, and it's all professional here. I'm running Friendly Bear University like a hedge fund. That's how it is. That's the model. So they'll ask questions during downtime. There's specific times to ask questions. For example, midday, after hours, pre-market, and especially my favorite, breakfast at the City Club. So we go to breakfast. If you see my Instagram, you see my Twitter, X, I post a lot of videos and photos of my daily breakfast at the City Club across the street on the 51st floor. So I always have my keto breakfast and some berries and coffee. And so there, the students will come with me, and we will sit down, eat breakfast, and absorb the amazing views of Los Angeles and the Hollywood sign. And LA has a beautiful views from up there, 51st floor. And we'll talk about trading. And it's great. It's a nice little reset, and it's fresh. So like since the breakfast time here is 10 a.m., so that's 1 p.m. Eastern. So it's just like we just finished the whole morning. So it's nice to kind of recap the morning, and it's nice to just refresh and ask it about the experience and ask questions about like what we traded and this kind of things. And then after that, we'll come back to the office and trade the after hours. Just like I trade OP in Spain, I still trade after hours sometimes in good opportunities. And we'll go over the trades after the market. After we, usually like about an hour after the close, we're done. And then we go take a break, and then we meet up for dinner. And one day we went to Korean barbecue, one day we went to Japanese barbecue, one day we went to some Persian food. But yeah, always really good food. Because if you trade well, you put in a lot of work, and you're executing trades well, whether they're green or red, as long as they're a good trade, you go and you reward that behavior for sure. So yeah, amazing time. Think about how intense that is. So we're trading here from 6 a.m. to let's say 10 a.m. So solid 4 hours of intense progress of everything trading related. And when the students come here and they hear me calling out the trades, and they hear my thesis and how I'm going to execute the trades, it just closes a lot of gaps of like what they had from the videos, because you got to see it kind of in person, and they come prepared. So you can't just show up without doing any of the work in the university. I can see how many videos each student watches in the university, and I can say, okay, so you have to complete this before you come, and I can see their progress. They can't hide it from me. So there's a level of accountability with Friendly Bear University, and you get to come in person. And I really enjoy it because trading is a lonely thing, and I don't mind being lonely. I go to my city club and I love my office, but it's nice to have someone here that's willing to put in the work and comes in with a winning attitude, and that has done some work and can add value to my trading. So I really enjoy it, and I'm glad I did it. I never thought I would open up my office when I started Friendly Bear University. I never thought that. I never thought it at all. And now it's becoming something that like I enjoy doing. And to go to City Club and to bring the students there, it's amazing. So, and then dinner afterwards is amazing too. LA has a lot of nice restaurants in downtown, so we're going to them. And the students are learning more than ever. This is like, okay, so 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. is 4 hours. And then you got a couple hours more, 6 hours, and then dinner time. And by the way, breakfast time we're talking. So like, it's just trading. It's intense. It's really intense. And I'm loving it. And the students are loving it too. Okay, so October 10th, 2025, I have an amazing event with Tom Hougaard, the author of Best Loser Wins. So I got connected with Tom from my publisher. I have the same publisher that's publishing my book coming out sometime soon. And I share it with Tom. And so they connected us, and now we're doing the Friendly Bear Conference 4. And the conference is not about, it's not a book release conference. It's not that. It's a trading conference. It's the same. It's a very intense trading conference. And there's going to be many guests. There's going to be quite a few guest speakers, all 6, 7, 8-figure traders. And Tom and I are going to be hosting it. So Tom is going to speak extensively. I'm going to speak extensively I'm going to speak about things I've never shared before. And I'm going to get deep and in depth on what I'm sharing. Tom is going to be sharing some amazing things. He is the guy for everything trading psychology related and trading related. So Tom is a guy that practices what he preaches. So you don't want to miss this event. Tom is really not very often in the United States, and he's coming from Denmark. That's a very long flight, and especially to Los Angeles. So this is your chance, the rare chance to catch Tom Hougaard live and in person. Many other trader friends of mine, highly successful. We got short report firms coming. We have all these 7, 8, 6-figure traders coming, podcasters coming. It's going to be quite an event. It's the biggest event that I've ever put on. So I'm very proud of it. And it's going to be at the City Club on the 51st floor, the most beautiful event space west of the Mississippi, hands down. So when I first started doing events, I pictured, one day that's the goal, to have the events at the 51st floor. Oh man, it's like, how am I going to do that? Because you need a membership and it costs a lot of money. And look, lo and behold, a couple years later, there I am, like no big deal. I just threw another event recently for the University of Florida Architecture School. They celebrated a 100-year anniversary at the City Club. So it's like now it's just a regular thing now. That was an architecture event, which is crazy. Like I'm a trader and I'm an architect too, but they're acknowledging that my trading is good. So architecture school, they usually think trading is like gambling or something. So I've been legitimized, which is I'm very proud of, and I got to see my professors come, my old professors, they all came here to LA. Yeah, so that's the City Club. It's freaking awesome. But anyways, going back to the event with Tom. So yeah, this is your chance to catch Tom, and the tickets are selling nonstop, and the price has increased twice already. So it's just demand. It's just demand. So like right now the tickets are $350. They were $250. They were $300, and now it's $350. So don't miss your opportunity because it's gonna go up again. Get it while they're lower priced. Lock it in because this is an event you don't want to miss. It's the biggest event I've ever put on, and Tom Hougaard is the guy. He's best-selling author of Best Loser Wins. When I traveled all around the world, I'm talking about Argentina, Spain, England. This is recent. And everywhere else around the world. When I tell them, when I meet another trader, someone that's taking this seriously, the book always comes up. Best Loser Wins. And now, here we are. We have Tom. We have Tom now. Here's your chance to see him. Here's your chance to see him. It's like, Tom is amazing. Yeah, come see him in person. Everything is always better in person. Are going to be, just that alone from these events is worth going to. The networking opportunities, the opportunity to, recruit for your pod. If you're a trader looking to get into some pods, or you're looking to bring people onto some pods, here's the chance where you meet people, highly successful traders or traders up and coming. You got to see them in person. So just the networking alone, the value from the speakers that are going to enlighten us with some golden gems. What I'm sharing, what Tom's sharing, it's a no-brainer. And the cost, we wanted to keep the cost affordable for everyone to be able to have a chance to attend. This is not in the thousands, or like a lot of events are. They're highly priced, over $1,000. This one is just a few $100s, and it's to give everyone an opportunity to come see Tom Hougaard and come see all these wonderful speakers. And this is going to be a really good opportunity for you to move the needle and hit the next level in your trading. So don't miss it. If you resonate with my realistic approach to trading or my personality, I hope to see you at my in-person event. You can always learn more about trading on this channel as well. Click the beginner day trading playlist to see more of my live trades.